Hey, good morning. It's Mark Weiss. I want to talk with you today about the distinctions between relationship agreements and simply transactional ones, and how relationship agreements need to be nurtured, not just in their creation, but throughout their entire existence. So, what am I talking about? Okay, let's start with a transactional agreement. Transactional contract, I think this is pretty straightforward. You want to buy a car. You go shopping around for one, you negotiate for the best price, you buy it. Deal is done, it's a transaction, you drive the car away, you may never see the seller again, whether the seller was a dealer or whether it was a used car and you were buying it from a private party, whether you were buying it from a dealership in Massachusetts and you live in Arizona. It's basically one and done. There are many such agreements in healthcare. They're the relationships that some specialists have with their patients. They'll basically never see that patient again. It's the nature of their practice. Nothing to do with a criticism of the type of practice or the way the practice is being run. It's just that if you're an emergency room doc, the chances are, and you probably don't want to see the same patient again and again for, multiple broken legs. But many other agreements are of a very different sort. They're of a relationship sort. In healthcare, the poster child for that sort of a deal is an exclusive contract. But it doesn't have to be an exclusive contract. It could be a long-term relationship between, say, a significant size orthopedic surgery group and a hospital and the hospital's outpatient center and other elements of the sort of hospital world. When you're creating a relationship contract, the way you negotiate that is based not only on the fact that you want to get the very best deal, damn everything else, as in, say, purchasing a car. In other words, I want the best deal and I don't care if the dealer only makes 13 cents or loses $4,300 on the deal. That's the deal I want. In a relationship agreement, you are negotiating not for the one and done, you are negotiating for a one and continue. In other words, the closing of the transaction isn't when it's over, as in a transactional deal. The closing of the transaction is when the relationship begins. So the way those deals are negotiated, and even more importantly, the way they're nurtured after the closing is tremendously important. So say you're a radiology group, you've just finished negotiating and now you've signed a 3-year exclusive contract with a system to provide all of the imaging services at their 6 facilities. Well, your work isn't over. Your work vis-a-vis the relationship with the hospital, your work has just begun. That requires a strategy. It requires below the strategy specific tactics, specific plans. What are you going to do to keep that relationship alive? In essence, it's just like a marriage or any other similar sort of interpersonal relationship. You need to devote significant time and effort to that relationship, or it, like other interpersonal relationships, will simply wither on the vine.